G'day everyone, and welcome to another video. This one has us at the Monarto Safari Park, and that's just east of Adelaide here in South Australia, and it will show you exactly what you're in for should you decide to go up there and have a visit for a day. We went up there on Christmas Day and spent the day there with the family. You hop on a bus and you go around and you have a look at the animals within the paddocks that they're in. They're not enclosures, they're nowhere near what you'd call an enclosure because they're huge paddocks, so you're driving in with them. And the highlight of the trip that we had up there, for me anyway, was when the giraffes got a little bit inquisitive and started looking at us as they walked around the bus. But we'll show you what we saw and give you some idea of what you'll expect to see should you ever go up and have a look at it. It's well worth the trip, so hope you enjoy it. I'm Mick, and this is Sally. Together we've been caravanning Australia since the 1980s, and more recently we started to put the videos together just to show you some of what we see out there. There's a lot to see in Australia, and we hope you enjoy what we have here to show you. You can follow us on our trips via the following social media platforms. The Monarto Safari Park is approximately 70 kilometres or thereabouts from the CBD of Adelaide here in South Australia. This makes it a very easy travelling distance to make for a good day out. When you arrive at the safari park, there's huge parking area for people to park their vehicles, and from there you walk to the entrance here that will take you into the main complex before you enter into the park itself. It was Christmas Day when we were here, and there was no shortage of staff that were able to assist you with anything that you wanted. Easy check-in. We pre-purchased our tickets before we got there just to make sure that we did get in, because they do close it once numbers become a certain get to a certain point. And the following day, being Boxing Day, they had on their website that the park would no longer take any further bookings because they were fully booked out. There's a souvenir shop here, plenty of souvenirs, whatever you want, it was available. There is an upstairs viewing area from the complex here, and that's where we're standing at the moment, and that will allow you to look out over some of the park. It's a huge area, 1500 hectares I believe it is, so quite big in size. There is a lawned area down in front of the complex here, and ideal for picnics, and a local cafeteria where you can buy your meals from if you want to do that. Do sell picnic hampers that will allow you to go out and sit there. Up here we've got all the information of a lot to do with when the park was sort of developed and progressed through the years, and that also offers well protected out of the wind views out over the park. There are buses departing from the visitor centre at approximately 10-minute intervals, and they will take you with a guided tour throughout the safari park. You can jump off of the bus at any point that you want to at the designated areas, and then get back onto another bus to continue on if you don't walk. Obviously some of the walking areas are of course restricted because of the type of animals that they house here. You don't want to become lunch for one of the animals, so you can only walk in certain spots, but the bus will continue to go around, and you can do that all day if you so wish. One of the areas that we did get off was at the giraffe feeding area, and we're walking up onto the platform now. It's an elevated platform, and that will take you up to roughly head height of the giraffes. Now there are nominated times during the day, and I think this one here was 11 o'clock in the morning or just after 11 when they did the feeding. We were a little bit late getting here. We should have been here perhaps a half hour earlier, but that's just the timing that we were on. But such a big beautiful animal to see at head height. The safari park has designed the area to replicate the type of area that these animals will be found in, and it is dry here to look at. We're in summertime, don't forget, but they do feed for the majority of the year as the animals will tend to eat the ground bare all the time. But what a great sight this was, to see these giraffes come up to the bus as we're sitting in the bus. Very inquisitive animals and such a placid thing to look at. Because the area is so large, the one disadvantage with it is you can see here there's a cheetah there. The yellow arrow's just gone now, but he's laying under the shade of the tree there. A little bit hard to see if you're not pointed out, but of course the bus driver pointed it out. And here you can see him walking down the fence and one coming across now. It's not like a zoo, you're not right on these animals, so you're not real close at times, but nevertheless, still great to look at. We're now entering into the African painted dog area, and if you have a look under the tree here where the yellow arrow is pointing, there's one laying there. Very hard to see, and unless someone points them out, you can easily miss them. And under this tree here, another pack of dogs, I think they're called a pack where the yellow arrow is, all laying there enjoying the shade. We're now driving in the paddock, or the holding that has got all the lions in, and they do lion feeding experiences here. We didn't do that, of course, we just didn't have time, but if you do your research, you can plan your trip accordingly. We've now completed the full circuit on the bus and we're back at the Visitors Information Centre, and the mural here as we walk down shows all the animals that are within the park. And the first one that we saw up until the last one that we're going to see very shortly, they're all in order of the speed of which they can run on land. So the first one being the slowest and the last one being the fastest. We're now going around on the bus for the second time, and the reason we're going for the second time is because on that first trip we wanted to catch the giraffe feeding, and this is stop number 2, where the giraffes was stop number 4. So had we stopped here first, we would have totally missed the giraffes feeding. So we're going to have a look at the chimpanzees and the meerkats and the smaller enclosures here whilst we're at this point. From the bus stop we made our way along the short walk that was going to take us in here and up to the chimpanzee lookout. Very large area, an open area for these guys here to frolic and laze about during the day, even with an enclosed area and a bit of a playpen, I suppose you might want to call it, where they can get in out of the weather. Large windows that allow visitors to look inside the playpen as these guys frolic and play within their area. The meerkats, they have to be a favourite to everyone, I'm sure, as they tend to play and just entertain the crowd as you stand and watch them. While others play, some need to rest, and of course there's always one that's standing guard over its fellow meerkats to warn them should there be any danger about. Because the area is so large that houses these animals, you won't necessarily see each animal on every trip that you do on the bus on each circuit. We missed the elephants on the first circuit, but we certainly found them on our second trip round. I'll put a link in the video description below for the Monarto Safari Park. If you're going that way, have a look at the link and study what you're going to see up there and work out what you want to see, and that will make it much easier to plan your day as far as bus trips go and what area you're going to look at. The Monarto Safari Park offers the largest safari outside of Africa, we spent a full day up there, and we did not see everything. There's just so much up there to see, so study their website before you go if you do decide to go up there, and enjoy your day as we did. But until that next video goes up, you take care and look after yourself.